There was a man who kissed his wife goodbye every morning, coached his daughters to sleep every night, and told his neighbors he was the luckiest man alive. A perfect husband, a perfect father, a perfect lie. August 13th, 2018. Frederick, Colorado. At 1:48 in the morning, Shanann Watts returned home from a business trip, 15 weeks pregnant with their unborn son Nico, walking into a house she would never walk out of again. Inside were her two little girls, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste, sleeping peacefully in their beds, completely unaware that their father had already made his decision. By morning, Chris Watts loaded something into his truck and drove toward the Anadarko oil field where he worked. Shanann was already dead, strangled by the hands that once held her. But Bella and Celeste were still alive, riding in that truck, confused and scared. Somewhere on that drive, Bella looked at her father and asked him, "Daddy, what is wrong with Mommy?" And Chris Watts said nothing. At the oil field, he buried Shanann in a shallow grave and lowered his two little daughters one by one into crude oil tanks with openings just 8 inches wide. Then he drove to a 7-Eleven and bought himself breakfast, calm, unbothered, like nothing had happened. When police arrived at the Watts home that morning, Chris stood in the driveway, looking concerned, telling them he had no idea where his family was. But neighbor surveillance footage showed only one person leaving that house. GPS tracking from his company truck showed exactly where he went. Drone footage over the oil field revealed freshly disturbed earth. A polygraph test revealed the lies. And then the affair was revealed. A co-worker named Nickel Kessinger, a secret relationship, and a man who wanted a new life so badly that he destroyed the only one that actually mattered. On November 6, 2018, Chris Watts pleaded guilty to avoid the death penalty. On November 19th, the judge looked at him and said, "This is perhaps the most inhumane and vicious crime I have ever handled in thousands of cases," and sentenced him to 5 consecutive life terms with no possibility of parole. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and baby Nico never got a second chance. He is sitting in a maximum security prison in Wisconsin right now, and they are gone forever.